Hey everyone, welcome back to another CPI report. Now this is going to be really interesting. It is Thursday, July 11th, and we've got CPI, PPI in a row. We're going to start with CPI today. We also have jobless claims and continuing claims coming out as well today at the same minute. This is a lot to unpack. Jobless claims obviously will go pretty fast, but I think what everybody's looking for today is what's going to happen with CPI. The survey says we're coming in at 0.1. Core CPI is expecting 0.2. Like, markets are not expecting a hot report here. Not only are markets not expecting a hot report, your boy Kevin ain't expecting a hot report. Mostly because I think even if we got a slightly hot report, like, average is 0.21 for core. The range is 0.2 to 0.3. Volume super low. Oh yeah, volume is a little low. Yeah, let's fix that. Huh? Test us. There we go. Even if that's too loud. Oh, that's sensitive. Even if CPI comes in out of the range of 0.2 to 0.3, so it comes in slightly warm, J-Pow's just going to brush it off. He's just going to do the same thing he always has done this year. Well, one report doesn't make a trend. I think that's because he realizes he's got to cut. So, the, likelihood here, in my opinion, is that there's not a high probability of an angry Jerome Powell coming out of today. There's also the potential that, J. Powell was testifying before Congress the last few days. If he's like, hey, everything's good, we're making progress, things are going good, and then all of a sudden we get a bad CPI report, he's going to look like a clown. So he probably already knew what the CPI report was a couple days ago. And we didn't get Mr. Hawk over here. So not only did we not get Mr. Hawk, but we got, somewhat dovish talk from J. Powell. Now, if you look at the odds for a rate cut, is it going to be September or is it going to be October? October or November. It's probably going to be November. That would be non-political. It's what's currently priced in. And this idea of getting to a September cut has almost led some to just sort of be worried that, what does the Fed see that, maybe we're not seeing? But one thing you'll find is if you go to sort of broader market expectations, it really doesn't make that big of a difference for end-of-year S&P price targets or stock price targets for, or what the stock market's going to do next year, whether we get 3 cuts or 2 cuts this year. Really doesn't matter. Frankly, the market probably could digest just 1, but right now we are pricing in 2 for this year. So we'll see. It's down from the 7 that got priced in. But what could change that would be continuing claims, right? Like, if you want a September cut, what you got to see is you got to see initial claims come in, like, high, like, big number. Continuing claims coming in high, and then you got to get a weak CPI. You get a super weak CPI. Like, imagine CPI comes in low and initial claims come in high. All right, maybe. Not sure J. Powell would have walked into this one so blindly, but who knows? Who knows? So they are very interested. Then, yeah, I guess let's get a little baseline read here. So a little baseline read here. The Qs are presently down 4 basis points. Tesla is sitting up 39 basis points in the after hours. Note, this sell-off at the end of the day yesterday was highly expected and anticipated. In fact, there was a period of time yesterday where I briefly hedged Tesla, mostly because I had a feeling its run was going to sell off before the end of the day because of CPI. The only one that didn't do that was Enphase. Enphase didn't do that, and Palantir didn't do that. They ran into the close, but Tesla definitely did. So right now I have calls. So I'm hoping this thing plows right past 295 on a good CPI report. And you gotta wake this dog of AMD up over here. What is this? Negative 42 basis points. Wake up. Apple also, both of them 42. What is this? It's a scam. Nvidia down 13 basis points. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, yeah. If you ever want to see every single alert that I send for trade alerts, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, thesis on it. Remember, you get lifetime access, so check out the courses on building your wealth at meetkevin.com. We've got another price increase coming in tomorrow evening after PPI and after we sort of digest all the data. So you got another day here, but yeah, it's kind of neat. A lot of people really like the perspective, even in the fundamental analysis. They're just like, okay, where's an idea of where I should be looking? So check it out. Okay, so with that said, we are now 2 minutes away. You need like the 2 minutes remaining. Maybe we could add like some suspense music, like just something to get us jazzed. How about a different one? Can't hear that. This is too cowboy. Also too fun. That'll work. All right, we are now 30 seconds away. Come on, baby. Here we go. All right. Here it is. 20 seconds to go. Again, jobless claims, you want it to be around 235. You don't want it to like skyrocket. Like 245 is okay. Much more than 250 would be really bad. CPI core, you just want it to match or less. Like if it comes in 0.3, we'll have to get a little tight. You get like a 0.4 is bad. All right, ready? Here we go. Coupon expires tomorrow. Jobless claims low, CPI low. It's good news! Let's go! Print! CPI month over month comes in negative 0.1 versus the 0.1 expected. Core CPI comes in at 0.1 versus 0.2 expected. Headline comes in at 3 versus 3.1 expected. Core year over year comes in at 3.3 versus 3.4 all week. And jobless claims come in lower than expected. Let's go! This is great. 222 on jobless claims. Revisions only up 1,000. Revision down 2,000 on the continuing claims. And continuing claims come in 8,000 lower than expected. Let's go! Bro, okay, just in transparency, I got like $700,000 in like 3-week call options on this stuff. So, let's go! That's good. It's very good. All right. I'll get into the detailed report. Let's jump in over here just for a moment.
Passed, and now it equals that level. 3%. 3% equals that low I was referencing before I saw the data, which was June of 2023. To find a smaller number, you're going to March of 21 when it was 2.6. If you look at year-over-year core, 3.3%. Our last look was 3 years, more than 3 years at the lowest level of 3.4. So 3.3 will hold that moniker. It is also the lightest level going back to April of 21. Now let's look at claims, shall we? Initial claims, 222,000. That's minus 17,000 from the revised 239,000. 222,000 is the smallest initial claims since the third week in May. And finally, on continuing claims, it is now up for above 1.8 million for the fifth consecutive week, 1,852,000, and that, of course, comps to last week when it was 1,856,000, and that would have comped back all the way to, you're going back to November of 21, November of 21. So,
all right, good. Now, my friends, we will go into the detailed categories because we need the categories. So obviously this is way lower than expected. This is fantastic. Honestly, like I said, even a warm CPI report here would have been like basically acceptable because, well, J. Powell just doesn't care anymore about inflation. But this is like doubly welcome news on the economy. Here is the table set. Again, what we're going to look at here is on the far right, not to be political. On the far right, we're going to get the seasonally adjusted month-over-month column, so we're going to take a peek at that one, May to June. If you want unseasonally adjusted, you want the second column here after the weights. Okay, we're going to start at the bottom because that's where the services are. You ready for this? Buckle up! Financial services, negative 1.4. Let's go! Negative on services so far! Parallel services, negative. Laundry and dry cleaning, 0.3, 0.1 here on funeral expenses. It's cheaper to die now. Miscellaneous personal services, 1.2. Personal care services, 0.6. This is a little warm. That one's not great. Other personal services, not great. Let's with the personal services. What are y'all spending money on? This is ridiculous. So the personal services side, not great. Financial services, negative is good. What do we have here? Telephone services, -1. That's great. I hate these telephone providers. Postage is only up 0.1. That's great. Should be a little bit more of a happy face. There we go. Education, 0. Good thing the courses on building your wealth are not part of the education CPI survey. I'd be screwing that category up. I'm sorry. The price just goes up over time. Other recreation services, 0.1. Photography, 0.3. Oh my gosh, it finally happened. It finally happened. Pet services. This was one of those lagging categories that just kept cranking. Oh, negative 0.5. Wow. I think this report, you know, if you wanted to get political, this report just screams like, elect Joe Biden. Which obviously, you know, some people who look at this with a political lens are going to say. But anyway, I don't think that. I think you do need somebody other than Joe Biden, but you already know that. Anyway, that's not saying you can't pick a Democrat. I'm just saying, just not Joe. Anyway, recreation services, negative 0.1. Public transport, wow. Public transport, negative 3.2. That's great. Motor vehicle insurance, holy crap, dude. Still 0.9. That's still bad. Wait, how did this report come in so low then? I mean, I guess the weighting's only 3% on motor vehicle insurance, but still 0.9. Oh my goodness. No. Motor vehicle maintenance and repair. Or I just had a tire replaced on my Tesla. It was like $600. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is a scam. That's a scam. Tesla's figured out how to make profit off service, that's for sure. Motor vehicle maintenance, only 0.2. Car and truck rental, 1.3. This is such a volatile category. But look at that. Transportation services overall, negative 0.5, which encompasses car and truck rental. Okay. Hospital service. Wow. Good. Hospitals down to 0.1. Great. Look at that. Medical care services, 0.2. Wow, I had all my babies while these numbers were maxing out. Darn. Water and sewer and trash collection, 0.2. Here we go. No way. Shelter rolls. Holy schmokas, boys and girls. Oh my God. Rent of shelter, only 0.2. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm going to say it here, and I'm going to say it here once. Buy calls on Enphase, Tesla, and probably AMD. Not personalized financial advice. I also have some calls on Apple and Trade Desk. Just saying. Anyway, not personalized advice. I think these things are gonna moon. Okay, personal care products, negative 0.1. Then you got other goods, 0.2. Cool. Alcoholic beverages away from home, 0.4. Damn it. Alcoholic beverages, 0.2. Okay, that's all right. Education and commodity communications. This is products rather than services. Negative 0.5. Other recreational goods. Toys! Bro, I knew those Nerf guns were getting expensive. It's getting ridiculous. The ones Jack keeps buying. Although that Needler went down in price a lot, so I guess it depends what they're surveying. Sporting goods, negative 0.9. Rec goods, 0.4. Medical care commodities. Okay, here we go. Used cars and trucks. That finally is following the monthly index. Negative 1.5. This is an amazing CPI report. Negative 0.2. This is freaking amazing. Apparel. Women's apparel, 0.5. Men's apparel, negative 1.2. Men are cheaping out. That's fair. How are appliances up 1.3? That's crazy. Then you've got furniture, down again. Sorry, restoration hardware. It's going to take a little longer for you to pump it up. This is good. This is an absolutely glorious report. This is fantastic. Yes. Yes. More.
By the dip.
House of pleasure.
Bye. Big W. Pricing power. Coupon code expiring soon. Coupon linked below. Nice PP. Data dependent.
All right. Now, where were we? Let's see what the suits are saying. Okay. Oh, Steve likes this one, huh?
House of pleasure.
Steve would. Okay, so, airfares fell 5% in June? Did I miss that? Oh, I think that must have been under the transport category. Maybe that's why transport came in low, even though those car rentals came in high. I must have missed it. Oh, I missed it. Look at that. It was right there. Whoa. See, what did I tell you? Like, I remember saying, what was it? American Airlines is complaining about summer travel, and revenue not necessarily being as high. This is like the worst industry to get into is air travel because it's so hyper competitive. People are so freaking price sensitive. Man. Anyway, if you're making money on call options, check out the courses at meetkevin.com. Price goes up tomorrow. And by the way, did I mention there's a mastermind at meetkevin.com/mastermind? All right, let's look at Wall Street really quick. So, more good news. Key metric, the Fed follows. Core services, excluding shelter, is slightly down on the month. This is the best reading since August of 2021. The super core inflation is negative 0.05. Oh, after reading negative 0.04 last month, inflation is over. Let's see how that. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, end phase 4%. Dude, at 113. Are you freaking kidding me? Legit yesterday. Hold on, where is it? Just yesterday. This is crazy, dude. Look at that bounce on the 113 line there. Where is it? Short-term trades. Where did I mention 113? Was it in the course member live stream yesterday? No freaking way. Okay. Right here. I'll just show it. That's funny. So anyway, this is kind of, what the hell's going on? 2, 3. All right. So I'll show you really quickly a quick little sneak preview for the people that wonder what these like alerts somewhat look like. This is just an example. I was typing a lot yesterday, but this is just a quick example. Look at this. Yesterday, 12:19 p.m. Enphase keeps going. IMO good CPI, and it's over 113 tomorrow. Tomorrow. Dude, it just touched 113 on good CPI. This is freaking crazy. I'm about 450K in August calls going to CPI. Might buy more. I may have bought more. I did. But anyway. So, yes. Okay. Should inflation continue to be more benign, the yield curve could bull steepen more aggressively. Stock futures higher. Year-over-year basis, Supercore price measure is down for the second straight month. That's the first time that's happened since last fall after a re-acceleration in pricing pressures this year. This is good news for the Fed at the beginning of the year. Just blah, blah, blah. Before we get too excited, motor vehicle insurance rose 0.9% after falling 0.1 in May. Oh, well. So what, dude? Shelter rolled over. Finally. Finally! Oh, my gosh. Yes. 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 That's all I have. Yeah, I think I just want to, like, let's just stop streaming and let's go have Mai Tais. Who wants a Mai Tai? I think everybody deserves a Mai Tai today. You deserve a Mai Tai. You deserve a Mai Tai. You deserve a Mai Tai. And we can all together. Okay. Let's see here. What are treasuries doing? Treasuries. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, they are pumping. In other words, yields are plummeting. The 10-year just plummeted 8.6 basis points. Ho, ho. Dude, it was just yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Somebody's like, oh, I got 500K. What should I do with it, Kevin? I go, you should buy the 5 or 10-year Treasury and just milk it, because you're not going to be able to lock in that rate anywhere else, because if you put your money into money markets, the rate's going to go down. You know, in a year from now, the rate will be lower. If you go buy a 5-year or even a 10-year, or really, if you wanted to, a 30-year Treasury bond, you're locking that rate in for the next 30 years. You should do it. I hope they did it. That was unpaid, personalized financial advice for that person. All right. Okay, the lower CPI reading should make it easier for the Fed to cut in September. Opens up the possibility of more regular cuts in the market ever pricing. Every quarter, baby. We're going every single FOMC meeting. You get a cut next year is my take. Okay, let's get the magic hands going and see if the market has started repricing rate cuts. Whoa! We've almost fully priced in September. No way! Wow. 0.942. And then for December, markets are pricing in 2.3. Holy crap-a-rappas. Oh my goodness, it's a good day to buy some TMF, baby. It's a bond fund. Not personalized advice as usual. Oh, even the BT Sizz liked it. Oh, yeah. Here comes the steepening in the yield curve. 2-year Tresh. Oh, yeah. We're at 32 basis points now. And this is going to rock it. I mean, you're going to get weak CPI or PPI tomorrow as well. Then you have a weak PCE. You've got a month of good data ahead of you, and this continuing claims stuff. Man, oh man, this is what it. And I usually don't play events, but I did, and now every time I go look at my portfolio, this is what happens. That's great. So, what do we want to look at now? All right. Let's see. What do the bears have to say today? Let's see. Supercore deflation, second month in a row. Yep, we saw that. June CPI milder than expected. Shelter. You know, there were a bunch of institutions that are like, oh, you should hedge. you know, what's it called? Going into CPI, I'm like, nah, I'm going calls, baby. Oh, that's funny. Somebody here is tweeting, the 2 Nikki Leaks articles that set up the September cut were the tell. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, you know, when people ask me what I do for a living sometimes, and I'm like, oh, just boring finance stuff. This is fun. I love my boring finance job. You know, it's great. This is so fun. Okay, so, all right, what now? Well, let's see here. Apple's getting stuck at 233. All right, that's fine. I kept screaming when it was at 190, like, I think this thing's going to 250. And I increased my allocation to Apple and sort of my you know, long exposed portfolio a lot. And my father-in-law he's like an all-in Apple kind of guy. And I'm like, you're going to be happy soon. Like he already was. And he's like, oh, you really think? And I'm like, after that AI event, it was actually pretty good. I got pretty excited. Even before it, though, when they released the paper on on-device AI, I'm like, oh, this is good. I love this stuff. I love making predictions. Even if I'm wrong, like, you can't be right every single time. Everybody knows that. The goal is just to be more right than wrong. But that's very exciting. Okay, so we got to make a hedge fund. Yeah, that's it. Hey, you make a hedge fund and then just don't hedge. All in, baby. All in. 3-week call options. The PP is strong with you. Yes.
Nice PP. Big W. Long PP. Pricing power. Big PP. V-shaped recovery. To the moon. The Nike swoosh.
To be clear, that's pricing power. In case you don't know what that stands for. This is good for companies that are interest rate sensitive. Their pricing power obviously grows when interest rates come down. So, yeah, and we're about to see market measures of interest rates start dumping. So this is fantastic. Okay, so really good. Now, what else? What do we got? The Qs are up. You know, you're pre-market. There's going to be limited trading in pre-market, so you're going to get a little him and hawing or whatever. I actually, like, best case scenario, pre-market sells down the CPI rally, so I could just buy the crap out of more call options. So we'll see. You degen. What is that? What day? Oh my god, that's Friday and next Friday. You degen. Somebody texted me end face call options that they have for this Friday and next Friday. I didn't even go that degen. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, good. So, this is great. Oh, everybody woke up today for CPI. Let's go! Again, so would love that to continue. Please sell off all of the CPI pump because it's the best invitation that you could have to go buy it open. So we'll see what happens. Not personalized advice. Don't sue me, bro. Okay, so this is great. Okay. So Nikki Leaks strikes again. Ay, ay, ay. All right. So, I don't really. Does anybody like? What do people think about this guy right here? Do people like this guy?
Why somebody who's watching this right now would say, "Wait, would I take a rough debate or this amazing economy kinds of statistics on that, or would you rather have a rough economy and he could have had a great debate?" It's a strange choice.
I'd rather have a president who can remember and actually function dumbass. Sorry, I can't. It's a false equivalence. You can't tell me, well, you want a good debate in a bad economy or a good economy in a bad debate. That's not the question, you jackass. Sorry, like that. Are you? That's not. No, that is so highly illogical. I don't want to listen to another word you have to say. All right. Oh God, I was so angry. I pushed my volume slider as if it was the switch channel button.
Not reflective of where they are in their development process.
What is this?
Or where their motivations are. And so by nature of a model like ours, if you're right out of high school and you're motivated and you're focused, we're perfect.
Rick Lewis, you chill. Your boy Kevin's gonna have to send you a trigger warning. Look at this. Rick Lewis, chill on the political SH9T. Yo, he cursed in here. How dare you?
45-year-old, and there's this kind of magic that happens between cross-generational perspective that I have not seen in any other education environment.
Where does this leave things like DEI and all of the gender studies that we hear so much about going on at traditional colleges?
I mean, we absolutely want to make sure that our environment is inclusive and making sure that people are prepared to
Dude, I don't want to hear this stuff. Talk finance. Just hire good people. By the way, God, freaking ads. By the way, if you need a job, the biggest things we're hiring right now are we need another bar licensed person. You could have literally zero experience, but if you're bar licensed, consider emailing us at jobs@meetkevin.com. Make sure you include a 60-second resume. So we need a bar licensed person. You would sort of be under the attorney that we already have, and probably somebody else in accounting. So if you're a CPA, bookkeeper, if you're not a CPA, that's okay. Something in accounting would be kind of cool. And those are the next two things we really need. So that's jobs@meetkevin.com. Again, bar license, zero experience is okay. If you have experience, it's fine too. We'll pay obviously fairly for all these based on experience, and then bookkeeper or some accounting experience would be cool. Okay, all right, come on. What else is going on? Let's go. I don't even need my second cup of coffee. I already poured a second cup of coffee. Well, I had the little machine start making it, and remote work. Haha. Thank you for asking me so I could clarify. No, you have to be in person. So you have to move to California. Yes. Sorry. Okay. What else? Let's see. Wow. If you take out auto and, oh, wow. That's a really good chart, Zero Hedge. Good chart by Zero Hedge here. Look at this, folks. I actually think they're pretty good. A lot of people, Zero Hedge was one of those groups that got banned during COVID. On Twitter, they got censored. Some people are like, oh, they're far right. Look, don't get me wrong, a lot of their articles are like doomer gloomer, but they're actually really smart. So, really good perspective. I don't, go to them every freaking day, but some of the stuff is pretty good. So, auto insurance contribution to Supercore. Yeah, I like this. Look at this. Basically, what they're showing you is that maybe about 40% of the Supercore contribution is just insurance, auto insurance. And that's just now rolling over at this 1.98 out of the 4.6 year-over-year figure. Now, that's the year-over-year figure, but I'm pretty sure auto insurance did it. Oh, yeah. Auto insurance came in at 0.9. And Supercore came in negative. So everything else is really starting to roll. And auto insurance is definitely a laggard here by far. All right, let's find some more entertainment here. All I have to do is go find some people in the comments. This is always fun. Somebody says poopy doopy. Here.
Poopy doopy.
I'm drinking already. Let's go, my kind of friend. Gold and silver, BTC, all up about 2.5%. I've seen you make my salary in 15 minutes several times. I make the rich richer. Thank you. Maybe you don't hear that enough. Zero Hedger is hit or miss, says Max. Did they censor it in Canada? Are you getting like a filtered version of Zero Hedge in Canada? Maybe. You know, you gotta be careful. You know, Trudeau's coming for your Zero Hedge. Price tires yesterday. 100 more per tire in 2.5 years. 400%. 400%, bro. I just spent $650 on one damn tire. That's for my car. The plane's $7 freaking grand. $7 grand for a tire. It's like stupid. So yes, prices have gone up. Samantha Smith says, I wish you did remote work and needed an auditor. Well, the thing is you need independent auditors, so you can't hire inside auditors. So they gotta be independent. And so like if you're looking for a job versus contracting out an auditing firm, that wouldn't work anyway. But thank you, I appreciate that. CDP says remote only. Daniel says coffee or espresso. Espresso gives me tummy aches. I'm too much of a little baby. I can make a mean cocktail. Fully licensed. Max, you're fully licensed. Bro, where were you when I went to Toronto? I was there. I'm like, I know if anybody's gonna come, I'm gonna get to meet Max. Nope, doesn't show up. I'm just like, knife in the heart. Anyway. So, stop with the fox, says McNabb. All right, we found him. We found Newsom. No, okay. Do I think stocks are gonna go up or down today? Up. There's no reason not to be happy about this. Yeah, I know we could argue. Okay, all-time highs, blah blah blah, whatever. Look, the stock market will have a sell-off, but it'll probably be before the election. So do be prepared for that. Like at some point, this is gonna flip. Like Tesla's gonna drop again, 20% or whatever. The question is it gonna be 350 when it does, and then it just goes back to where it is right now, or does it go back to 200? I don't know. At some point, there'll be fear and panic and disaster again. All I know is that time ain't right now. So your boy Kevin got lots of calls. Inflation is the war, folks. Well, all right. Let's see. Had a dream you were arrested, but didn't fail to cover CPI from jail. Let's go! That's a good one. I like that. Hey everyone, meet Kevin here. At the same time, somebody went, "Gonna have a cigarette." So let's see here. Is Enphase gonna go through 113 or reject? Well, I can tell you what I said yesterday. I'm leaking my IP here, boys and girls. Stop this. So yesterday I wrote a list of price targets for the end of July. Absent a broad-based crash, I will read you the Enphase one. Breaks 119 to 130. Not sure if it'll hold until August earnings. So 119 to 130 is my guess by the end of the month. That was mine. Giving away my IP. It's okay. I love you. You lost me at you have to move to California. Good. Good. The more of you folks are anti-California, the more I buy the crap out of California. Thank you for not competing against me. Get out! California sucks. Everybody leave. Let's see here. Are you going to stream the Biden news conference later today? You mean like the Biden aide press conference where Biden reads the script? That's bad. I'm sorry. It wasn't even a good joke. It was also a lame joke. I couldn't even land it. Good friend always told me that comedy is all about, or what does he say? See, I can't. Oh yeah, comedy is all about one thing: timing. Okay, so where is it? White House schedule. Okay, Joe Biden's public schedule. Wake up at noon. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. President departs White House en route to Convention Center. President holds meeting with Zelensky for 30 minutes. NATO press conference, 5:30. In-town travel pool. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's go. 2:30? Oh, I don't know. That's 2.5 hours into Rust Wipe. I don't know. All right, what do we got over here? Somebody donated $4.99, and there's something about jail in here. What is this? You have a collect call from me, Kevin. Do you accept the charges? GPI jail last year. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, somebody just streams the collect call. Oh my god. Let's see. Are you interested in hiring someone to develop an insurance offering in your business? I guess it depends what kind of insurance. Email jobs@meetkevin.com to find out the answer. Michael W. calls me a clown. Thank you. I think I'm the greatest clown on YouTube. Nobody clowns better than I do. Can you explain today's economic calendar, please? You mean like literally like today? Or like today forward? Like what the calendar looks like today onward? I'll give you that one. Today was CPI and jobless claims. Tomorrow we have PPI. Then University of Michigan. On the 16th, we have retail sales, import prices, housing starts. On the 17th, big deal, nobody cares. Jobless claims again. Next week is really boring in terms of catalysts. Go to JOLTS are on the 30th, PCEs on the 26th, GDP on the 25th. Oh, we should have gotten a new Atlanta Fed GDP. And then earnings start, right? Bank earnings start tomorrow morning. So that's going to be a big deal. Bank earnings could drive it into cuts. Oh, GDP got revised up a little bit. Now sitting at 2%. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Been watching you since 2019 through this whole mess. Thank you for always keeping up to date. Sorry for the bad jokes. I'm the king of bad jokes. Nobody knows bad jokes better than I do. So you gotta, if you're gonna do that line though, you have to do this. So I think one is the L and the other is the OK. Nobody knows bad jokes.
Sell. The house of pain. Don't buy.
Double ream. Fetch me. Reaming spree.
Okay. So I raise you a bad joke. That's a good one. Kind of nervous for the Michigan side. Bro, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Dude, listen. Inflation expectations are, first of all, mostly bullshit. Like, as long as inflation is trending down, people's inflation expectations are going to go down. And they're like this. They're like what's that thing called when you push the button? You know, I gotta send a message to the other U-boat. What's that thing called? That's what it looks like. It's stupid. It just follows what's happening. Like, guess what sentiment is when inflation numbers come in high? Oh no, I expect inflation will be high forever. And then inflation comes in down. Oh, I guess it's not that bad. It's such stupid. It's a dumb survey. Oh, Morse code. Yeah, that's it. Here it is. Oh, that's a good one. I like this. What did the right butt cheek say to the left butt cheek? If we work together, we can stop this shit. I like it. I like it. That's good. That's good. That's a good one. It says real yields on bonds are still negative. So what the heck is a good about it? Oh, don't you worry. Just give it a few minutes, a few months. It'll reinvert. or uninvert, I should say. Mickey impression or Mickey Mouse, yeah. Oh boy. Let's see here. What is this? Is Enphase finally bouncing because it was just at 140, or has something finally changed? You know, for me, the signal on Enphase was the Tesla rally. You know, we talked about that volatility plummet on Tesla and how that usually leads to a surge in pricing at Tesla, which is what happened. And when it comes to Enphase, you're sort of like the lagging industry, energy. So SolarEdge got a price upgrade when Enphase was around 96. And I'm like, oh, this is going to wake everybody up on energy. Then you had the Tesla deliveries numbers, which showed a surge in sort of energy deployments. So people are kind of waking up to, oh, you know, it's a cheap sector, so relative to everything else that's run. You know, AMD is another one of those. AMD probably, in my opinion, goes to like 230 within the next few months, absent some AI crash. And keep in mind, like at some point, all this AI stuff is going to crash. I don't know when it is, but I think most of it's heavily overblown. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've got a lot of exposure to chip stocks right now. Probably, I mean, just off the top ones, I did reduce NVIDIA. This is not a pitch for a fund or anything. I just want to look. We're probably, let's see, 477, AMD, TSM's there at 4.3, NVIDIA 4.3. Well, that's already like 9, 13, ASML. Yeah, we're probably like 20% chips and about 20% Tesla. That's crazy. Yeah, so, and then 20% Apple and Amazon. That's crazy. A little 20% buckets, I guess. But, yeah, at some point, you know, I think people were going to wake up to, okay, yeah, all right, we built out all the data centers, and now it's dime a dozen. But that's okay. We don't have to turn this into, like, an AI bear discussion. I actually don't think most of it is artificial intelligence. I think what artificial intelligence is full self-driving and Palantir. You know, maybe Snowflake. Snowflake has been left behind. I'm going to give them credit. Like, I think Salesforce is a joke relative to Snowflake. I do think Snowflake has been left behind. I don't know what the problem is over here. Let me look at their valuation. I don't own any Snowflake. I don't think I do. I don't think I own any Snowflake. Sometimes I just can't remember. My memory's not that good. What was I doing? It's like Joe Biden. All right. Did y'all see that awkward handshake yesterday? Oh, man. I don't even want to talk about it. All right, so Snowflake. Oh, the street revenue forecasts are really lumpy. That's why. The growth is super lumpy in the forecast. So, see, right now the PE is very high because it just went from negative to positive earnings. So the PE is 215, which, again, yeah, that's crazy. But again, you just went from negative to positive. They were a money-losing company, right? The growth average, very, very lumpy. 59%, 14%, 4.8%, 128%. I don't know how they have color on these contracts. But whatever. Divided by, that's an average of 51% growth. Yeah. See, I mean, still though, I mean, 206 divided by 51.5. That's an exact 4 peg. That's why it's not moving. The valuation's too high. So, but what about Palantir? You know, because a SaaS biz, I'm okay paying like a 2.6 peg on a SaaS biz. Palantir made a little bit of money on Palantir options. I was sending an alert on yesterday. But let's see here. If I held, instead of being a little weenie baby, I would have had more money. Because I think this is going up to the 29.29 level. Oh, it might be there now, actually. Nope, 28.67. Yeah, I think we're going to 29.29. And if we break that, oh, it's going to be nuts. See, Palantir, I'm looking at 28.42 divided by 33. 86 times. 19, 17.51, 23, 11, 22.81. Less growth, but it's more consistent. So 86 divided by 20. Yeah, it's also a 4 peg. Wow, that's gotten expensive. So you might get rejected at the line, huh? 86 divided by 20.6, 4.12 or 4.17 peg. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, it looks like Pepsi just reported. Let's see what we got here. Oh boy. Kevin, are you wearing Nike? If so, buy calls. This, you should know what I'm wearing by now. Actually, oh, I thought this was a Hugo jacket. It's actually not. This is a Hackett from London. Oh, yeah. I was in London with Lauren in 22, and I walked into a Hackett, I don't know, somewhere, and I'm like, hack. I like it. And bought this. It's actually reversible. It's kind of cool. I was pretty sure this was Hugo. Probably because I got like 5 of them that look just like this, and they're Hugo. But this is a pretty good one. And I haven't really worn it reversible, with the exception of the last month ever. And then one day, it was reversed, and I'm like, I'll just wear it like that anyway. So, okay. Pepsi. Frito-Lay North America. PepsiCo, whatever. Okay, revenue slightly misses. Core EPS slightly beats. PepsiCo shares drop as much as 2.5% after Q2 sales miss. Cash returns, dividends, don't care. PepsiCo. Consumer is clearly more challenged and wants more value. Hey, did I mention there's a coupon? Okay. Totally reasonable. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, let's go here. Pages. Uh-oh. Edit. All right. I want to write that down. Seeing a cautious consumer in China as well. Yeah, well, no kidding. I mean, China's just gotten, like, smoked, I feel like. And they really broke their consumer over there. This is why I just haven't invested in China. I just think you really destroyed the morale of the consumer. And that usually happens when you have a real estate crash. So it's not horribly uncommon. Like, 08 took a while to recover from. You know, this is all, like, V-shaped in the face of that. Alright, what do we got here? 15 minutes after the hour. Morning news and inflation. Ah. Hey, it's 7-Eleven! Hashtag not sponsored. Go to a 7-Eleven, get yourself a free Slurpee. I won't, because I don't leave. I don't like going outside. I just like flying around. That's pretty fun. Yeah. I used to go to 7-Eleven and you get your free Slurpee, slushy, whatever. And they used to give you full-sized ones. Now they've started cheaping out a little bit. Give you the little ones. It's all the shrinkflation. Anyway, so Pepsi, slight Q2 sales miss. 22.5 bill versus 22.59 bill expected. Then we had U.S. Here we go. U.S. consumer clearly more challenged, wants more value. I will bet you I could get some. I could probably get a live transcript of the actual call. Those are my favorite. If I could just have it up and then be listening to it, fantastic. So we'll see if I can get that going. PepsiCo. Now I go to event, corporate event. Then I'm going to see if the transcript is transcribing. Here it is. PepsiCo. And darn. Nope. No live transcript. Losers. Sometimes they do it. And Pepsi ain't good enough. That's what it is. Bagging on Pepsi. Alright, whatever. No material impact yet from GLPs. No material impact yet. That's an interesting one. From GLP-1s. You know, that's your Ozempic or whatever. On snacking. Yeah, just a matter of time. Seeing cautious consumer in China. Again, I like to say, not a surprise at all. I'm avoiding China when people get rugged in real estate. They get sad. You know, real estate scene is, in my opinion, safer. It's slower moving, but you got to be careful. You know, it's all about location. You got to get a wedge. Your wedge is the hedge. That's my hedge fund. House hack. Okay. All right, so what else? Didn't Delta just report too? Delta. Yields. All right, what do we got? Let me get a yield update. Curve, 210 is negative 32 and rising. Let's see, 10 years down, 9 bipidudes. Let's go. Yeah, oil ran on that. 1.4%. 10-year down, 9 basis points. CPI. Second month in a row of supercore deflation. Okay, let's look at Delta. CPI was great. Everything missed. Everything came in low. So, did you sleep through the CPI data? You know, that probably also if you slept through the CPI data, you probably also missed the following.
Coupon code expiring soon. Coupon linked below. Thanks for joining Meet Kevin's courses. Go to meetkevin.com.
And if you need a bundle coupon?
Email staff at meetkevin.com. Coupon code expiring soon. Go to meetkevin.com. Don't sue me, bro.
All right. So where's the Delta stuff? Okay. So, I also want to see how much a rate cut is being priced in. Let me see here. And then we're going to look at Delta. We're now at 0.975. Wow. 0.975 cuts priced in for September. And 154 priced in for November. $238 priced in for December. Wow, dude. That's fantastic. Oh yeah, Shelter finally rolled over on CPI. Just 0.2%. All numbers missed at the same time as unemployment claims came in better than expected, and Atlanta Fed GDP was revised up. Okay. Let's see here. Delta Air. Delta, slight miss on Q2. EPS, $2.36 versus $2.38. Q3. Oh, that's a miss on guide. Yeah. Airfares fell 5% in the month. And what a surprise. Now Delta earnings. Okay, Delta earnings. We have adjusted EPS forecast. Midpoint 1.85, $1.85 for Q3. And on a $2.04 estimate. That's a big miss. 185 divided by 204 puts us at that's a 9% miss. Yikes. Yikes! Could bank earnings put a damper on the bull run? No, because even bad bank earnings are just going to send the signal of we need rate cuts sooner. Especially banks, right? So somebody, Jason Taruk here says pricing power is on the rise. Yep, when interest rates go down, companies have more pricing power. Let's see here. Banks crash, unrealized loss. No, you guys are missing. You're missing the game. You're missing the game, boys and girls. You're missing the game. Yes, the unrealized losses are huge, but guess what happens when they start cutting every, 6 weeks starting September or November? Right now, it looks like September. Those unrealized losses go from really high to every 6 weeks. Clunk, 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 clunk. See where I'm going with that? Down. It's a game. It's all a big fugazi. Losses go bye-bye. See, Todd simplified it for you. Losses go bye-bye. Yeah, you gotta be careful, it's don't worry. There are plenty of things to point at where it's like, well, things should be bad. But the thing is, there's always something bad to point at. Question is, are things worse than before? But this probably, by the way, puts me on this probably does boost me on the Meet Kevin Bull Bear scale. Meet Kevin Bull Bear scale. Last update was 6.7, we'll say. I think that's what it was. Now, I'll say it was like 6.5 to 6.7. That's accurate. Now likely 7.5. 7.5 to like 7.8. Somewhere around there. This is pretty good. Still of the mindset that if the economy for whatever reason hit a wall, unemployment skyrocketed a bit, you don't want to be in a place where you're gonna have your businesses go bankrupt. All right, so you still want cash for that scenario. If I'm W-2, I don't have any crazy bills that I have to worry about or something that could take me out while I'm trying to build businesses. No, I'm not so worried. Different situation. That's why they call financial advice personal. Personal. Okay, so let's scroll around here for some more stuff. Go FICO. Is FICO up even more? Oh, I wanted to add them. I never did. Oh, blastards. Yeah. Dang. I like that one. I love the fundies on that one too. I just keep waiting for a sale on it, but it's never good enough for me. Let's see here. Fitness Tech says, I bet you money it will close lower today. Now here's somebody who bought puts who's a little pissed. Bro really wants us to buy his courses, huh? Yup. You won't regret it. There's so much good stuff in there. And the fundies that we do too, man, it's just good. I did sleep in the first time in my life. On CPI day, unforgivable. I don't see any mention here of Tesla semis, at least so far. But we'll see. Let's see here. Okay. So Brian says, Kevin, Stocks and Psych course is worth every penny. David Lee says, no regrets. Getting Kevin's course was the best money ever spent so far. Thank you. That's nice. Any thoughts on moving to Camarillo? Why would you move to Camarillo when you could move to Ventura? RKT. Ooh. You know what? We'll look up RKT in the course member live today. Somebody remind me. If you clean a vacuum cleaner, are you a vacuum cleaner? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good dad joke right there. I like that. I'm going to ask the kids that. Oh my gosh, speaking of kids, yesterday, well, first of all, Max asked me, he's like, hey, Dad, were you alive when the Titanic sunk? No, son, I'm not that old. Okay, he's 6. And then the other guy, Jack, I'm like, I think the Titanic sunk in like 1914, so like 110 years ago. And Jack's like, no, Dad, that's wrong. It was 1912. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? And he's like, Dad, maybe you were thinking 14 because the Titanic sunk on April 14th, 1912. And I'm like, there's no way you're right, kid. So I walk over to him and I Google it. And I'm like, aha! You're right, it was 1912, but it says here it sunk on April 15th. And he looks at me, he's like, Dad, I think that's wrong. And then I look at it closer and I'm like, it hit the iceberg on the 14th. So the accident happened on the 14th. And it sunk at 2 a.m. on the 15th. I'm like, dude, how does this kid? It's crazy. I'm just like, well, whatever, man. This is nuts. That's nuts. So, anyway, that was cool. All right. So, okay. Let's get ready. So, hopefully things sold down a little bit. I haven't been paying attention. Hopefully things sold down a little bit so you can buy. Like, if there's a sell-off right at the open, I'm just buying. Oh, yeah, Tesla's actually falling into the open right now. Okay. Too many buttons to do here. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's that sound again. We must be getting close. Oh, no. Enphase still up 5% in the pre-market. I think it's going to break 113. That might be a buy the dip on Tesla. I think it's going to 295. Can't believe Apple's dumping into the open, but whatever. AMD's barely up. Palantir's moving up a little bit. What are the Qs doing? They're flat. That's all right. All right, let's go. Let's get to it. So we got the bell. Here we go.
And I'm thrilled. By the way, gold is not selling as well as it was.
And interestingly, not a bigger increase than it was in 2017. Same dollar price. Let's get the opening bell in the CNBC Real-Time Exchange. With the big board is Oliver Wyman Forum, a community of CEOs addressing climate change, social and geopolitical issues at the NASDAQ. Stardust Power, a manufacturer of lithium batteries.
Lithium batteries, you know what
Recent
that is?
SPAC. Jim, this QuantumScape news is big. Stocks up 30% pre-market.
Remember yesterday I said, David, you said...
That's pretty green. All right. What do we got here? What do we got? Okay, AMD. Let's go. Pump it up. Enphase. It's holding on to 4%, but got a little bit of a red candle here. That's okay. Tesla's trying to stabilize. It's stabilizing. It's going down. It's going up. Oh, let's go AMD. Oh, yeah, boys. That's it. I'm buying more calls. Buy. Buy all the calls. All of them. Which ones? All of them. Some of them? No. All of them. Buy. Okay. Bought some more of those. And let me send that. Okay. And that's sick. Let's see here. What else do I want to go shopping for? Okay. Very good. Boom. Then we've got... Oh, let's go, dude. Let's just freaking go, baby. Oh, yes. Here it comes, baby. Let's go, print. I told you. The best thing that could happen is this sucker sells down into the open. So right at open, you could go buy calls. I could be wrong. This all could end up flipping bad. Holy shit, my end phase is up 70 grand. Let's go! And I think it's just getting started. So I was saying, I'm pretty excited about this one. Buy. Okay. Now I'm gonna buy more. How about that? Okay. That's pretty good. Let's go. Oh, it's up 83 now. Let's freaking go. Dude, I just bought these options. Okay. Well, whatever. I'll take it. Okay. Anyway, so, oh, AM Dizzle. Oh, here comes the first red candle. Let's see what happens there on the AM Diz. And I'll take any buy the dip right now. Honestly, with that CPI read, give it to me. Add it to this one as well. And boom. Yes. Give me more of an opportunity to buy. I haven't added to AMD yet. It's fine with me. Anyway, so what do we got? Apple. Why is Apple lagging? I don't know. Then we've got, what is going on with the Qs here? Come on, baby. I want to buy more. All right. So, let's think this through. So, let's see here. Tomorrow's PPI. I'm trying to think of the next catalyst we have. Bank earnings start tomorrow. I actually think bank earnings just have the potential of being good. Mostly because if bank earnings come in bad, you just cut sooner. Or if there's like some like omen or worry from the bank earnings or whatever. Oh my God, AMD, did I just miss the freaking red candle? Oh God damn it. Sorry, don't use the Lord's name in vain. Sorry, I apologize. Dang it, I wanted to buy more AMD calls. Shoot. Alright, we'll see. Oh, Palantir went red. And here's NVIDIA. Trade Desk. Barely up. This is a great company, mind you. You should do a fundamental analysis on that one. Let's just say we just did one in the course member live. Yeah. If you didn't hear their massive partnership announcement over the last month, you might want to pay attention to that one. So, sure. What else? First Solar for Whirlpool. Oh, because CPI appliance pricing came up. Yeah. Etsy 2-4. Oh, that's good too. Really? Bet on the consumer? Wait a sec. Where? Oh, look at where Etsy sits. Oh, it's in the toilet. It is as low as you could go. How low can you go? Yes. Bro, these are 2020 levels for Etsy. Holy crap. What's the Etsy valuation? Hold on, let's do this together here. I love this crap. This is fun. Wingstop's red? Yes! I hate Wingstop. Oh, Enfish is over 113. That's what we said yesterday. I said if CPI comes in good, literally in the course member trade alert section. You saw it. I had it on the stream earlier. If CPI comes in low tomorrow, Enfish over 113, your boy Kevin's going in with calls. Let's go! Oh, this is fun. Okay. So Etsy 5732 divided by 3.68. What? 15.57 PE ratio? Oh my God. 10.43 growth, 4.58 growth, 19.51 growth, 34.44 growth. I don't know how they're getting that number. That's basically 69% growth over the next 4 years. 17.2. It's under a 1 peg. What? 15.57 divided by 17.25. 0.9. Etsy's sitting at 0.9. Oh my, wow. Is a bet on the consumer. It's a little sus. Volatility is slightly above the 30-day. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go do some fundies on this. Oh, I damaged my remote over here. I was too happy pounding. Oh, everybody loves to pound. Etsy. And then, yeah, the other one y'all mentioned too. We'll take a look at that. QuantumScape's a scam. 15K on Enphase, a double. Let's go, Corey! That's freaking awesome. Oh, dude, I'm up 104K just on Enphase. Let's go! Let's freaking go. Okay. So, Clooney wrecked Biden. Predicted nomination odds. That's a really funny chart. Go zero hedge. Let me see this. Let's see here. Oh, Clooney'd. Look at that. Womp, womp, womp. Not going anywhere. Biden predicted odds to George Clooney. Rip. All right, what does Jimbo have to say?
It's like the old days. The costs are way up. Even though, by the way, the consumer did well on gasoline. The costs are way up. There's too many seats. And I'm listening, I'm saying, too many seats? Well, I'm crammed back there, David, in row 28, and I got the other people.
Oh, shout out to those of you taking advantage of the coupon code before it expires tomorrow. Charles, Peter, Leonard, Teo, T-E-O, Anthony, Henry, Rainer, Austin, Moses, Gabriel, Eddie, Lewis. Where are the women? JC, David. Shout out to all of those of you who have just recently joined. Thank you so much. That's all within the last, how many hours is that? 5-6 hours, something like that? Anyway, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for waking up early for all of us around the world. Your show's the best. Thank you. My wife laughs at the voices. Thanks. What's the show where I can't remember? No, it's not a show. It's the movie. What's the movie where the guy's like, "You think I'm a clown? You think I'm funny?" Yeah, somebody's gonna get that right away. I know somebody's gonna know it right away. And that's probably all I needed to say. Anyway, let's listen in here.
Multiple expansion is pretty significant.
Good fella, dude. Y'all freaking nailed that so fast. That was it. Yeah. I think Sam got it first here. Yeah, that was great. All right.
So that's what you're dealing with.
Analysts are underestimating the ultimate revenue and earnings.
I mean, I can show you from 2013 on, David, they beat, except for the 2018 quarter where they got hurt by the people mining Bitcoin.
Yep.
I'm going to get some coffee.
Said, oh my, you thought it was selling at 30 times earnings. It turned out in retrospect it was selling at 15 times earnings. So that's the story with NVIDIA's mobile. The great defender of NVIDIA has spoken.
Defending yet again. Not worried about what appears to be the multiple expansion, because ultimately that's actually ephemeral, because in fact the multiple is lower than it appears, given the earnings are going to be far higher than analysts expect.
David, you said it much better than I can.
All right, just
that's
making sure I understood. Just making sure I understood.
And by the way, Carl, the price tag for NVIDIA's black.
There's a limit. There's a limit. At some point, people will stop buying these freaking chips. We'll be so built out of chips. People have chips coming out of every orifice in their body, and they won't want it anymore. All right, so my opportunity to buy AMD. Let's freaking go. It's the one I was waiting on to buy. Because I picked up Enphase and Tesla. And I didn't grab AMD yet. It's now turning into an opportunity. Oh, Palantir's down 1%. Oh, weenie. What's going on over here, Palantir? Get it up, will ya? Yeah, pump it up. What's this? Oh, Robin the Hood gets rejected at 22.92. Q's down 11 basis points. How interesting. And look at that. NVIDIA falling a bit here too. Super Micro. If NVIDIA keeps going down, you got to watch the 840 level on Super Micro. Intel down 9.2. AMD's. Yeah, whatever. Okay. It's a little bit of a slowdown here, which I think is going to create a bit of a buy the dip. Let's see. What's BTC's doing? BTC. Oh, yeah. Look at that downtrend on the BTCs. Okay. Very interesting. Oh, yeah. Look at Tesla, too. This is it. Let me see. I don't think there was data at 642. There's no data. No, there's no catalyst. La, la, la. Let's see here. Yen intervention, boring, bull steepener. Despite a growing outlook for the third rate cut, gains in treasuries and the bull steepening trade look to be running out of steam. Bonds rallied ahead of the CPI data. I don't think that is so true. I think they moved a little bit ahead of CPI, but not that much. Because you're still down 8.5 basis points right now. Yeah, no, I wouldn't necessarily call that a rally. Yields did go from 4.6. Yields did go from 4.6 to about 4.28. So I guess that's a bit of a rally. Okay, I'll give it to him. That's fine. But that's because the trajectory now is down. Down, I say. Anyway. So let's try the Doomers. See what the Doomers have for us.
Is Bloomberg.
Oh, nothing. Oh, people are talking about QuantumScape. Okay, let me look at this. Quantum. What is it? Just QS? Yeah, it is. House hack updates. Things are going really well. We're working on a great surprise. Let's just say, it's a very good thing, I believe. Yeah, we're looking forward to announcing something within the next 3 weeks. I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say that for the next 3 weeks, I'm pretty sure. And then I'm not for a little bit of time. You'll find out soon enough. Okay, so what is this? PowerCo and QuantumScape impact for lithium battery technology. It's a scam. If you own it, dump it. Not personalized financial advice. QuantumScape's up 24% on the announcement of that partnership. Zoom out on the week chart. Congratulations to the QuantumScape owners. You're up 24%. Please don't look at this chart. It's a scam. When you say buy the dip, do you mean the stock or short-term? So that's a good question. So it depends. You know, like for me, you know, I have August calls on AMD. I think it's going to 230. You know, I think you know, if this thing goes red, which it looks like it might be about to, I'll just average into some calls and get a cheaper deal. Although I'm pretty sure I'm green on those calls right now, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, Apple just ran, or Tesla ran it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm green on my AMD calls. My calls are up 10% actually. So you know, but I'm willing to buy the dip a little bit here. Another one that I'm wanting to buy the dip on is Apple. But listen, short-term options are like a very risky game. I'll be transparent with everybody. One of the reasons I've been really nuts for options just over the last like 3 or 4 months is someday in the future we want to put together a hedge fund and use the predictions that we make in a hedge fund, like actually in an institutional environment, because I think we do really cool things. And so you know, some of the strategies we're playing are setting the groundwork for that, and so it's really fun. So So sometimes people wonder like, oh, okay, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? In the trade alerts or whatever. And then I'm like, oh, here's my strategy. This is exactly why. And I explain it and we talk about it in the course lives and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of part of it. So, but I think for the vast majority of people, the vast majority of your portfolio, frankly, should not be in one stock. Just broad financial advice, right? I think it should be in at least a basket of 15 stocks. Like, pick an ETF you like, and or multiple ETFs. Like a bunch of different ETFs. Let that be like a good chunk of your portfolio, and then go. Then you could go stock pick basically with the smaller portions and play options or whatever you want to do. That's it's just a thesis, but that's my take. So good question though. All right, what else here? Where's Mr. Powell? Why quantum scam? Mostly because they IPO'd. What they did is they IPO'd with people in doctor's coats, implying that they had like this groundbreaking lithium-ion solid-state battery technology. And they had no working product that they could sell. They had a little lab-based sell where they're like, yes, we made solid-state work. And they IPO'd on that. They became like overnight billionaires, basically. And the stock just bled out. Like, in my opinion, it was just a scam. It's just a straight-up scam. It was my opinion. I mean, it's a research, you could call it a research lab or whatever, but I think it's Fugazi, and, maybe it won't be scam. Like, again, it's my opinion. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's mean. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I don't have any inside information. It's just the only basis I have for that is this chart. So don't sue me, bro, because it's an opinion. It's an opinion based on this chart, and that is right there in front of me. So anyway. All right. So what else? What are people talking about here? Tesla, rocket ship. Oh. Let's go. Hedge hack. There you go. Can I work at your hedge funds? If somebody is a prop trader at a BD, we might have a job for you. We need ideally somebody who's traded in either a hedge fund setting or ETF setting. Like, if you understand creates and redeems, you're hired. Just tell us your number. Email jobs@meetkevin.com. But you have to actually move out here. So, yeah. It's going to be pretty sick. Got some cool things coming. So that's in addition to bookkeeper, lawyer. If you're a prop trader at BD, or you have trading experience, or you have experience with creates and redeems, you're highly desirable right now. We will overpay for you. Somebody says, I'm a weenie baby. I like to sell soon, but I recommend Kevin's portfolio. Oh, thank you for that. Or courses, you said. Recommend Kevin's portfolio. Thank you for saying that. I can't use these things as testimonials. I can't verify the returns. Remember, there's always a chance for losing money. You could be great at trading and have like one bad day and lose half your portfolio if you're not careful on like 0 days. Will we get any discounts / special treatment for your hedge fund for being loyal? Always. I don't know what's legal. Whatever's legal. So if you're ever out in Napa, give me a holler. Well, I'm going to Napa soon, baby. Especially after a day like today. But looking at these call options, I think I want to go to Napa right now. Let's go. So somebody keeps saying deck. What's deck? DCK. The hell is this? Hold on a sec. Yo, are you trying to sign into Microsoft? Denied. All right. What was I gonna do? Oh, deck. Deckers. What about Deckers? I don't know why somebody wanted me to look at this. $4.99. Portfolio is 34% from negative 22. Trying to do it myself. Good job, Ryan. Congratulations. Freaking awesome. Let me show you Power System. Kevin, I traded since 6th grade. I need this job. Vanquisher. Yeah, put that on your resume. Let's see here. Can I bring your coffee? Jobs at meetkevin.com. The Real Dad Investor. Send the resume. Maybe. Why are you using X more than YouTube now? I'm on your course. It's the best course out here. Appreciate it. I'm on YouTube too. I'm multi-streaming. Shout out to StreamYard, metkevin.com/StreamYard, paid partnership, promotion, advertisement, affiliate. I'm streaming on Twitch, X, and YouTube at the same time. So I see your comments. Thoughts on Micron? It's a commodity. I'm not investing in memory. Wow. Let's go. I can't verify this, but Jeremy says 96K in realized gains the past 2 months. Hell yeah. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Can you get me an H1 visa? Probably not. Would you hire a Series 7 licensee? Yeah, if you have trading experience at this point, you know, because we licensed a bunch of people, so yeah. And when I say prop trader, I mean we need somebody who works at a BD. You need to have BD experience. And if you don't know what that is, if you don't know what a BD is, you have failed the first test. All right. So downtrend on BTC, Snowflake's rising. Freaking FICO. Keeps going. All right. Palantir looks like it's trying to recover a little bit here. Tesla just vomited a little bit with a red candle there. It was just up 2% there for a moment. Let's see here. Surprising. I mean, like, somebody in the comments was convinced everything was going to go down today. So far, you're right. Apple's falling. And this was like buy the rumor, sell the news. Nvidia's falling. Marvell is falling. Intel's falling. Nike's up. Amazon's down. Wow, nice little rotation there. Fine with me. Let's see here. Rivian's up another %. That's nice. DJT's at 30. Wow. Come down a bit here. Okay. Enphase! Come on, baby! Break the line! 113.33, baby! Bump it! And... okay, the chip sector is rotating down. There's going to be a buy. I still have not added to my AMD position. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting to strike. Let me pull up my trading view. Oh, 1 minute green candle. Don't trade off the 1 minute candles. Let me do it instead. Okay. Trading view says not yet. What is it? No. Bye. I'm also on the average candlesticks. There you go. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. This is too good. It's too good of a day. What indicators do you use in TradingView? All of them. Thank you, John, for just joining the courses. In fact, I have one for you. Where is it? Where is it?
Thanks for joining Meet Kevin's courses. House hack.
Oh, 3 minutes of green candles. That might be the time. That might be the time to strike.
To upstart competitors, right?
You know, this is not quite the same, but you think about just these like synthetic risk transfers that are happening, hedge funds that are taking on loan books from banks, and that's exactly another extension of just banks offloading to the non-banks in a bigger and bigger way.
All right, that was Wall Street Beat. There's always so much to talk about, and we could do like an hour. Someday we'll do an hour show on the Wall Street Beat. Right now, let's get the trading diary, what you need to be watching this week. We'll get more Fed speak from Raphael Bostic today at 11:15 a.m. Then at 6:30 tonight, President Biden holds a news conference at the NATO summit as it wraps up there. That will be unscripted, and it will not be pre-taped. It will be live, so people are paying very close attention. Also paying close attention to J.P. Morgan tomorrow, plus Wells Fargo and Citi. Those three banks kick off Shinali's Super Bowl, big bank earnings on Friday. And we'll get the University of Michigan consumer data, so more data for the Fed. Coming up, we're going to talk to Steve Eisman from the Big Short, senior portfolio manager at Neuberger Berman.
GLP-1 drugs used in weight loss treatments are a global blockbuster.
Shut up. 270 Tesla! Woo! Let's see those Tesla calls, baby! Woo! Okay. So I like the dollars. I like the dollars a lot. The plan is working. It is working. All right. Is there any news? I don't think there's news. Let's see here. Would love to see results of a blood test for that Biden event. Guy has a soundboard and still makes sounds himself. Let's see here. 270 order book? No problem. No problem. No, we were going to 295. No guarantees. But I'm convinced we are going to 295. Where's the next fib on ENF? Oh, it's in the 150s. These aren't fibs, though. Your next issue is going to be 119 to 130-ish. Let me see. Yeah, 119 is a hard one. And then 132. See, look at this. I know my end face. And then 161 is a fib. I know my end face. No, don't tell me about my end face. I just bought the dip on end face. Back off my end face. Really good CPI report raises slim odds of July cut. What? You know what my theme song is going to be for the hedge fund when we make it?
I want to be the very best.
Let's go! Oh, dear. Okay, all right. What was I going to look at? Oh, the odds for a July cut. Right. Okay, whatever. Let's see here. Oh, okay. A 6.5% chance for July. It ain't happening. Dude, Enphase is almost at 7%. Whee! Okay. What else? It's time for my ties today, boys and girls. Am I supposed to say boys and girls if only dudes work in the office? It's a problem. Please, if you're a woman in finance, I'm gonna start doing TikTok. I need a woman in finance. Like, please apply. Jobs that we we want. We would love to hire women. There are no women in finance. Anyway, I've literally tried too, like multiple times. I've even gone out to people who don't apply, and I'm like, "Do you want a job?" Doesn't work. I don't understand. I got rejected so hard the other day. Where was my DM? I'll read it to you. Well, her reply. Hi. Nope, not at the moment. North Carolina is home, and I'm in an amazing role. Thanks for reaching out, though. We've previously talked as well. I'm like, damn it! This reminds me of middle school, getting rejected. I can't, like, women in finance. I can't find them. Okay? Just saying. Ay. Oh God, you're hosing them. That's this fitness tech. How are your shorts on Tesla? Oh no. Effing chat. Oh no. Okay. So anyway. Hey!
We got a negative number, as we've been talking about, on that monthly number, negative 0.1% inflation overall headline in the month of June from May. That was the lowest since May 2020. So
how much to hire, Sarah? All of it.
on the year. Remember, the Fed wants to get to 2%, but 3%.
Here, take my pee-pee.
The lowest it's been
the plane.
in years.
Core CPI 2.2% over the last 3 months.
Core CPI, and that's arguably more important because it strips out food and energy, which is more volatile. You're looking at the 3-month, blended number.
That's me. I'm looking at the 3-month blended.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to look at the average. I should say, not blended, average.
Got it.
But the core numbers were better too. They were. 0.1% on the core was.
Nvidia's bouncing a bit.
Than what was expected. It's more benign than what we had been seeing in the early part of this year when there were worries. Look at the trend there. So that is pretty good. And if you look inside and what's part of that. I stripped it out into some of the key sort of culprits that we've been seeing as far as inflationary pressures recently about where the inflation is coming from and where the relief is coming from now. Used cars, for instance, we knew that was going to be a drag. That turned out to be a drag.
Lauren is like, I'm looking for a different man in finance after that call.
That's good. Grocery inflation is coming down. People will likely be happy with that. Food away from home is still pretty elevated. So at the restaurants, that's still been an issue. Energy subtracts 2% on the month. So that was a big factor with oil prices down. And then I mentioned the cars, which was a part of it. You know, you can get very granular in the CPI data, which you know I love to do.
Yes.
And in some of the food spots, I mean, real relief, deflationary monthly numbers in rice, in cereal, for instance. Not so much in meats. There was a big jump, particularly in bacon this month. Hot dogs, too. Very, very strong right now.
What? Hot dogs and the meat went up? What?
And you can tell where people are spending and what part of the economy is hot, David. Admissions to sporting events, 15% jump from last year. Because we're paying more. We know. That's what people want to do.
Yeah.
Although it's a better time to fly. Airfares fell 5% in June.
Rodrigo, yo, Kevin, thank you for real. 70K portfolio on Tesla calls when it was 185 because of you. Let's freaking go, dude. 300 cent, dude. Let's go, bro. That's amazing. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, good for you. Love to hear that.
And 2 more jobs reports before the September meeting. So it would be nice, I think he would think, for him to see continued progress or inline numbers like this as we get to those meetings. But that's the market's view, is that he's got it. He can start hinting at cutting. Maybe he'll start hinting at cutting in the next meeting. And overall, the 2 days of testimony, he didn't break any new ground, but he made it clear that they are thinking about when the time is to cut. And they are watching things like the cooling off in the labor market and the disinflationary trend to make sure they have the confidence to do so. Well, today was another big move in that direction. And, they always say we don't want to make too much of one data release. Okay, so we've had a few in a row now that have been better. Yep. And this one gets no attention, and so I'm going to point it out because John Williams, the head of the New York Fed, I asked him a few weeks ago what his favorite indicator was that people don't talk about. Multivariate inflation. This is from the New York Fed. Only they do this.
Yeah, multivariate core. I made a video on that. How it's trending down lower than the beginning of the year. We talked about that in video.
Inflation. And it's a little old because this is the latest number is released in July, but it's for May. And it comes in between PCE and CPI. And all I want to show you here is that it's come down a lot. It's 2.4% in May from 2.5%. And so for those key voting members, like a Williams, for instance, they look to confirm that, okay, inflation is really coming down for real, this disinflationary number. Here's another indicator they can look at. Who else is going to show multivariate core inflation?
Nobody. I'm so glad our viewers got to see that.
Exactly. Let's get some first reaction to the CPI.
BABA is up 3.4%. It's running right now. I don't know why.
Joins us now exclusively, Director Brainerd. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning. You must have been thrilled to see a negative in front of the...
I don't want to hear from the Biden administration on what they think about inflation. I really don't.
First thing this morning, at first the Dow went down, the market was down a little bit. Now we've recovered, the Dow's up 82, but the Nasdaq is still 6 points lower. Ray Wang was with me this morning. The AI rally, it seemed like some of the air was coming out of the balloon, but now it's going back up again. How much longer can the AI rally run?
Oh, we've definitely got 12 to 18 months in this AI rally. And part of the reason is because we're in the first to second innings of what's going on.
Hey, AMD went green again. I bought the dip and the red. Yes! Yes! There it is. Yes!
You also see Tesla. The reason the big run-up in Tesla stock is because we've got these robots that are going to take over, and we also got the energy business, and they're all built on...
Okay, all right. That's how I know we're starting to get into the euphoria phase. I literally just heard a Fox News reporter say the reason Tesla is going up is because we got these robots that are taking over. Whatever, man.
Keep making progress for, what, 10, 12, 15 months. That's what you're saying.
Oh, AI is going to be here for the next 10 to 12 years. This is core. We're just at the beginning. So there's going to be a big AI rally. We'll have a little dip because people won't know how to make money on the AI.
Yeah, that's not a great signal.
Big hockey stick run going forward as well. So you're going to see the winners and losers. Some are going to be core and some are going to change. The companies that put AI to use are the ones that are going to break out. But in the short term, these are the stocks that are there. Apple, Amazon, Google, NVIDIA.
Let me talk to you about Ethereum, one of the cryptos, right behind Bitcoin in terms of popularity, it seems to me. Right now, I've got a price of $3,100 on Ethereum. You like it? Where's it going? And why do you like it?
Oh, we think it's going to get to 3,500 by the end of the year, and it's really because of the spot market for ETFs. The ability to actually put Ethereum in the same way that you can trade Bitcoin is going to open up a lot of the market. What we don't see inside the U.S. is really that big push for crypto, and it's happening outside of the U.S. So if you go to places like Dubai, you can see that's where all the innovation is happening around the chain, around blockchain, Bitcoin, and that's really where you're going to see transactions. That's where you're going to see the ability to tokenize services, and that's why there's such a big run up there.
Why is the cryptos, why are they not doing that well in America? But
the crypto. Why is the crypto not doing that well, he says?
Well, there's really clear regulations in the Middle East, less so in Asia.
And there is clear regulations. Welcome to Fox, my friends. Robots are taking over the world. There is clear regulations, and the crypto is not doing that well in America.
Hurdles. And so if you're investing in crypto in the US, you have all the FACTA checks, you have all the federal regulations around you, and a lot of folks realize that that's not what they want. So if you go out to the Middle East and you want to make those investments, those banks are more welcoming and they have a lot less regulation. And then the regulation around Bitcoin and blockchain and cryptos is so clear as to what's allowed, what's being regulated, what's not. So until we get great regulations in the US, we won't be able to compete.
Got it. Ray Wang, thanks for joining us this morning. See you again real soon.
Take care.
Back to Lauren, who's checking out the movers. And let's start with Caesars, which is...
up 5%.
Oh, the gaming stocks are all doing
Yeah, sports betting ahead of the Paris Olympics. What's going on Sunday? Copa America.
Look at this. NVIDIA is tanking. I don't know what the hell's happening over here at NVIDIA, but it continues to go down. You know what's actually happening is the Mag 6 are going down. So the Mag 6 are falling. I think what's happening is you're getting a broadening out. That's my thesis. But the Mag 6, you sell the Mag 6, you buy all the other trash. Because look at this. Super Micro is not even going down as much as NVIDIA. That is odd. That's strange, okay? Weird. Weird. Not normal. Not normal. So, yeah, watch that. But weird little NVIDIA sell down right there for sure. We'll keep an eye on that to see what's going on here. Okay, so let's go back over here.
Antitrust agencies are going to come down on me.
This surprised me because I know WD-40. Everybody's got a can of WD-40 somewhere.
In the garage.
A very specific product, not owned by a big conglomerate either. Why is it up 4%?
San Francisco company. Stronger earnings, revenue up 9% in the quarter from last year, and their margins are strengthening. I can't believe it's a $230 stock.
Really? How about that? All right. Thanks, Lauren. Coming up.
Oh, thanks for saying this. Look at this $99 donation. Thank you. Just wanted to say thank you for what you do every morning and for the course membership with lifetime access. It's a steal of a deal. Made some big money on Tesla calls and I guess you ran out of text there. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I just want to be clear. This company was not paid by me to post this. That's very nice. Very nice of you to say. What do you think of soon? I don't know. I don't even know what that is. You cannot buy the cryptos. Yep, exactly. So, okay. Let's go in. Let's see what Sarah's talking about. Let's just do a quick little check-in, okay? Oh, not the NEC. Not the NEC.
He really cares a lot about these issues that matter for American.
She worked at the Fed, right?
In terms of their household budgets, their breathing room at the end of the month. The president's exceptionally engaged on those issues.
Got it. Well, thank you very much for joining us on the back of those CPI numbers and with some of the color. Lael Brainerd, Director of the National Economic Council.
Well, as we head to a break here, let's give you a roadmap for the rest of the hour. Shares of Delta are down rather sharply. This because of a revenue miss at the company. We'll talk about what is ahead for that airline.
Pepsi shares are down too. Earnings beat estimates, but demand in the U.S. weakening. Some fresh color on the results coming up.
Shares of Pfizer getting a pop on some positive comments about its weight loss pill. Talked about it with Jim this morning. We'll break it down when Squawk on the Street continues after this break.
Yeah. Okay. How about the Doomers?
So it's not investable necessarily, but it's traded.
Ooh, a red sweep? What is this? Is this politics?
My group, my partners and I, we don't really trade, so that's not something that we do, but anybody who wants to do it, God bless.
All right, Steve.
Not done.
Okay. You have 30 seconds.
30 seconds. But, you know, other things, you know, whether money gets restructured or maybe there's more onshoring, for example, because of tariffs. That would be an investable story.
All right, Steve, stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Let's just quickly check on these markets. Of course, not much has changed in the past 10 minutes, but S&P 500 pretty much treading water here, down a little bit. You can see small caps absolutely crushing it. Maybe we'll talk about that more. Anyway, Steve Eisman.
No, we won't. No, we can talk about it.
Steve Eisman is sticking with us. This is Bloomberg.
Oh, boy. All going to commercial. What is this? All right. Well, let's see here. What's going on? Okie dokie then. So, little bit of a sell down here. I think it's kind of being led by NVIDIA. Not exactly sure why you've got this this sell down over here, but you do. Let's see here, and there we go. It kind of keeps going, which is very interesting. It is right here. Like, really tanking. Now, it looks like now it's going to start coming up. But, yeah, very interesting. I don't know how long that's going to keep going. You know, sometimes these reverse very quickly. You get kind of like a sudden sell-off or whatever, and then it reverses, blah, blah, blah. But it's very interesting. The likelihood is just a diversification is my take. I mean, NVIDIA has kind of been like an insulation against higher interest rates. So you've been in the situation where if interest rates basically stay high for longer, they have so much cash that they're able to, you know, make money no matter what. So they become a great investment. But if rates are starting to come down, other things start looking like an interesting investment. That's my only guess here on a weak CPI. But it's driving the entire market down. Like, the Q's down now 77 basis points. That's a big hit on the Q's. You've got, you know, now 82 basis points on the Q's. Apple down 1.2 on this. Tesla lost 260 on this. Or sorry, 270 on this, rather. Enphase is off about 1% from where it's been. Bitcoin's kind of been trending down. And look at that. Q's sell down. Wow. Oh, there you go. Supermicro just caught up to the sell down. Supermicro, if this continues, probably goes to 840. That's what I'd be looking at. Very interesting. So, anyway, keep an eye on this. All right, what do we got over here?
Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaking before Congress yesterday about commercial real estate. Of course, it was one of the most really paid attention to watch clips of the week. Let's get some thoughts here on the sector with Steve Eisman, who's sticking with us, senior portfolio manager at Eisman Group at Neuberger Berman. And you think about these concerns in the real estate market, and even if you don't think it's a systemic risk, what are the continued ripple effects in terms of the pain that investors might see?
Well, I think about 50 to 60% of CRE debt is held by the CMBS market. So that's an investor problem. That's not my problem. That's somebody else's problem. And then maybe 40% is held by banks. Very little of that is held by large banks as a percentage of their assets. You know, some regional banks have significant risk, and it's a problem. But
Q's are really dropping here.
Able to pull shtick. You know, as we always like to say in my business, a rolling loan catches no loss. I mean, they just roll it until they can't roll it anymore. So, you know, commercial real estate is a problem that's sort of glacial in that way. You know, there'll be restructurings. Banks will have issues. Some regional banks, I mean, I don't know if any regional banks will go under or not, but it's not a systemic, it's not just not a systemic issue.
If I think about the biggest problems facing us, unfortunately, I know that you don't care that much about the federal deficit and debt.
Yes.
But how come? Like, if we're paying more than $100 billion a month in servicing costs,
I'm going to take out my violin, okay?
But more than we pay for the military.
Okay, so can I only say a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to put you in the camp of what I like to call the "Oy the deficit" crowd.
Oh. Yes, I'm there. I'm right there.
You're there.
Me and Lisa Abramowitz.
So I'm not an economist. But I understand arguments, and literally every single word that people are uttering about the deficit today has been uttered by somebody for 40 years. Now, in my business, being too early is being the equivalent of being wrong. But I've been a year too early, I've been 2 years too early, I've been 40 years too early. So clearly it's more complicated than the or the deficit people like to say. You know, is there a point where it becomes an issue? Sure, but you know how you'll know? Instead of on a day like today, where the 10-year is down, how many basis points is it down?
11.
Just 11.
Just 11.
You'll walk in, and it'll be up 50, and you'll say, oh, you're the deficit, and then it'll be relevant.
Yeah, but Steve, this is exactly the same as housing, right? You know, at some point...
40 years. 40 years. Long time.
Yeah.
It's really just a very, very long... And the argument as to why I think it's just not that relevant... Excuse me, my earpiece fell out.
You don't need your earpiece.
Is that... it has to be that the fear about the deficit causes people to start to walk away from the dollar. That's the feedback loop. So let's think about that for a second. Why is the dollar the reserve currency of the world? It's actually very simple. Big money has to park its money somewhere. And they're only going to park it in the most liquid, safest bond market in the world. And that's the US government bond market. Until there's actual replacement, the US dollar will be the reserve currency of the world, and what you're talking about is just going to be academic. It's not China, it's not Europe, you know, no offense to all you crypto people, it's not going to be crypto. So until somebody can show up and show me some replacement for the US government bond market, I'm just not concerned.
Well, and it remains to be seen if that'll happen in the next 40 years. But before we get there, I do want to talk about the state of shorting. Of course, you were in The Big Short. Steve Carell played you. Great movie. But it feels like this environment...
That's on my tombstone already, by the way.
It's already carved in.
It's carved in.
It's funny. But in any case, it feels like the state of shorting in this market, this just feels like an environment where companies won't die. And you see these high valuation, high flying stocks, and it just feels like there's a lot of temptation out there to short. But how are you thinking about short selling?
I don't short for clients at all. I short a itty bitty little bit for myself once in a while. I mean, what I would say to people is, number one, a couple of rules about shorting. Shorting a stock purely because you think it's expensive is a death wish. You have to have a fundamental reason to be short a stock. You know, is NVIDIA expensive? I mean, yeah, it's expensive, but earnings have tripled. So, you know, you could have made that argument a year or so ago, and then earnings doubled or tripled, whatever they did. So, look, I think the economy is fine. Is it slowing to a little bit? Sure. Are delinquencies up a little bit in consumers? Okay. But there's no fundamental case to be massively short things. I mean, are there individual stories maybe you could short here and there? Sure. But to go after, you know, the market, I think is insanity.
But, you know, we have the DOJ going after short sellers. I mean, don't they serve an important purpose?
They just serve an important purpose. I don't understand why the DOJ goes after short sellers.
The other thing, too, I believe you were once short Tesla for a certain amount of time, too. What were the lessons learned there? Because you've seen so many people get squeezed on trying to short that stock in this market.
I've been shorted. I haven't been shorted. Look, I think you can at times short Tesla when the fundamentals are deteriorating. And then people stop focusing on the fundamentals and they start talking about, you know, the dream of auto taxis or AI or whatever, and then it becomes impossible. So Tesla's not a stock to be short long term at all.
Steve, we could talk to you forever. Our producers are like yelling at me.
Are they seriously yelling? They're not yelling. Come on.
They're like, commercial break. We got to pay for this. Steve Eisman, thank you so much for coming in. Pleasure spending some time with you. Steve Eisman there of Eisman.
The bears are capitulating. Oh, Tesla's not a stock to be short. Tesla will have his opportunity to roll over again. But that's interesting. When Fox News is pitching Tesla as robots are taking over the world, and what's it called? The short sellers are starting to say, "Ah, you don't want to be short Tesla." It's a sign. It's still early though. All right. Where were we? So let's see here. Okay. All right, let's hop in over here. Let's see what we got.
Life insurance to Abacus was
Oh, nothing. What a ripoff. Let's see. There we go. Go back in here.
They don't like the court's decision, so they try to change the court. Simple as that. It's politics all the way through. Thank you very much, Lauren. Now this, 8 of the top 10 cities where homes are selling for below asking price, 8 of them are in Florida. Real estate guy Mitch Rochelle will try to explain that one for us. Developers are adding more luxury amenities to their buildings to convince people to rent. From gyms, pools, party areas, Jerry Willis will take a look at all these luxuries. Her report is next.
Boring. Boring. Okay, so What else here? What else? Okay, so next thing we have to do is... Oh, they're dancing over there. Okay, that's odd. But okay. So, let's see here. Okay, getting a little bit of a bounce here in markets. So, looks like Tesla, AMD, Nvidia's bouncing again. The Qs are bouncing. All right, so there's your buy the dipples opportunity. Let me see, is Apple bouncing yet? Yeah, Apple's bouncing a bit. Okay, very interesting. And what else? Okie dokie. Very nice. Good job, Apple. Is it going to continue? It might. Okay. Robin the Hood. Tesla. So there are plenty of opportunities to buy the dip today. Yeah, Palantir. Alright. Well, anyway, very cool. I think it's time to run over to the course member live stream. So if you're not part of them yet, we're going to go do some fundies today. We got 2 companies to do some fundies on. And then what we're going to do is do some Q&A. But, yeah, I'm going to push the button now. Join before that price goes up tomorrow. And remember, you get lifetime access to those programs on Building Your Wealth. And let's push the button. Even though I'm a licensed financial advisor, real estate broker, and becoming a stockbroker, this video is neither personalized financial advice nor real estate advice for you. It is not tax, legal, or otherwise personalized advice tailored to you. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third-party content I show should not be deemed endorsed by me. This video is not and shall never be deemed reasonably sufficient information for the purpose of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services which we may benefit from. I personally operate and actively manage the ETF and hold long positions in various securities, potentially including those mentioned in this video. However, I have no relationship to any issuers other than HouseHack, nor am I presently acting as a market maker. There you have it. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye and good luck out there. Gonna get some coffee now.